भवावतारकं भवाब्धिकर्णधारकं यशोमती किशोरकं नमामि चित्तचोरकं। भुवो भरावतारकं भवाब्धिकर्णधारकं यशोमती किशोरकं नमामि चित्तचोरकं। ध्रुवन्तका
sound 1 2 sound check 1 1 1 सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ सुर का ज्ञान सिखा दे माँ है अंधियारा इस हृदय में सुर का दीप जला दे माँ सुर का दीप जला दे माँ सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ सुर का ज्ञान सिखा दे माँ है अंधियारा इस हृदय में सुर का दीप जला दे माँ सुर का दीप जला दे माँ सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ सुर का ज्ञान सिखा दे माँ है अंधियारा इस हृदय में सुर का दीप जला दे माँ सुर का दीप जला दे माँ सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ रीत न जानू गीत न जानू प्रीत में जानू चलू की रीत न जानू गीत न जानू प्रीत में जानू चलू की ज्ञान नहीं अज्ञानी हूँ मैं सच्ची राग दिखा दे माँ है अंधियारा इस हृदय में सुर का दीप जला दे माँ सुर का दीप जला दे माँ सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ तुम्ही, आवाज तुम्ही हो, लाज तुम्ही बस रख लेना। साज तुम्ही, आवाज तुम्ही हो, लाज तुम्ही बस रख लेना। प्रेम अकेला भेद तुम्ही, करवर दे हस्त स्वीकारो माँ। है अंधियारा इस हृदय में, सुर का दीप जला दे माँ, सुर का दीप जला दे माँ। सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ, सुर का ज्ञान सिखा दे माँ। है अंधियारा इस हृदय में, सुर का दीप जला दे माँ, सुर का दीप जला दे माँ। सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ। पूजन अर्चन वंदन सब कुछ शब्द सुमन अर्पण माता। आप पूजन अर्चन वंदन सब कुछ शब्द सुमन अर्पण माता। प्रेम अकेला भेद तुम्ही, करवर दे हस्त स्वीकारो माँ। है अंधियारा इस हृदय में, सुर का दीप जला दे माँ, सुर का दीप जला दे माँ। सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ, सुर का ज्ञान सिखा दे माँ। है अंधियारा इस हृदय में, सुर का दीप जला दे माँ, सुर का दीप जला दे माँ। सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ, सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ, सुर की देवी सरस्वती माँ।
हरि का ध्यान लगा मन मेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। सुमिरन कर ले सांझ सवेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। हरि का ध्यान लगा मन मेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। सुमिरन कर ले सांझ सवेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। जल में तल में नील गगन में, घन घन में है प्रभु की छाया रे। ए भाई जिसने मन की आँखें खोले, उसने उसका दर्शन पाया रे। हे भाई जो नर हरि की माला फेरे, झूठी जन्म जन्म के फेरे, जन्म की फेरे। हरि का ध्यान लगा मन मेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। ढगर ढगर पर झोटा मेरा, अरे हरि माथी है झूठी माया रे। हे भाई कौन साथ धन ले जाएगा रे, कौन साथ धन लेके आया रे। भाई जग में सबकी रैन बसे रे, साथ किसी की कौन चले रे, कौन चले रे। हरि का ध्यान लगा मन मेरे, मिट जाएंगे सब दुख तेरे, सब दुख तेरे। राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण, राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे, 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 राम कृष्ण हरे गोपाल कृष्ण हरे।
राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला, राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला, राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला। दीननाथ गोविंदा रास विलोला गोपाला, दीननाथ गोविंदा रास विलोला गोपाला। आनंद रूपा चित चोरा मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला, आनंद रूपा चित चोरा मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला। नंद लाला जय नंद लाला गोपाला जय गोपाला, नंद लाला जय नंद लाला गोपाला जय गोपाला। राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला, राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला। दीननाथ गोविंदा रास विलोला गोपाला, दीननाथ गोविंदा रास विलोला गोपाला। आनंद रूपा चित चोरा मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला, आनंद रूपा चित चोरा मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला। नंद लाला जय नंद लाला गोपाला जय गोपाला। राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला, राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला। दीननाथ गोविंदा रास विलोला गोपाला, दीननाथ गोविंदा रास विलोला गोपाला। आनंद रूपा चित चोरा मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला, आनंद रूपा चित चोरा मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला। नंद लाला जय नंद लाला गोपाला जय गोपाला, नंद लाला जय नंद लाला गोपाला जय गोपाला। राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला, राधे गोविंदा जय जय राधे गोपाला। चित चोरा यशोदा की बाल, नवनीत चोरे गोपाल। चित चोरा यशोदा की बाल, नवनीत चोरे गोपाल। गोपाल 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 गोवर्धन धन गोपाल। हे गिरि
स्टार्ट। जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, सब जग के हितकारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, सब जगह हितकारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी। निश दिन तेरा ज्ञान करे हम, सिमरे मंत्र तिहारा, हे शिव शंकर मंत्र जगाओ, होवे घट उजियारा, नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर, नमामि शंकर नमामि शंकर, कृपा करो त्रिपुरारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी। शंख नादा से जब जाकर स्वर संगीत बहाया, युग युग से ये सृष्टि नाते ऐसा डमरू बजाया, तेरी याद बुला के जग में, तेरी याद बुला के जग में, दुख पावे संसारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी। तीनों ताप हरण कर लेता ये त्रिशूल तिहारा, तेरा नाम जपे से जग में मिलता मुक्ति द्वारा, महादेव पर ब्रह्म विदाता, महादेव पर ब्रह्म विदाता, आए शरण तिहारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, जय कैलाशपति शिव शंकर, सब जगह हितकारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी, जय बोला बंधारी शिव हर, जय बोला बंधारी। Sound 1 2 1 2. Sound. है आँख वो जो शाम का दर्शन किया करे, है शीश जो प्रभु चरण में बंधन किया करे। बेकार वो मुख है जो रहे व्यर्थ बातों में, मुख वो है जो हरि नाम का सुमिरन किया करे। हीरे मोती से नहीं शोभा है हाथ की, मर कर भी अमर नाम है उस जीव का जग में। प्रभु प्रेम में बलिदान जो जीवन किया करे, ऐसी लागी लगन, ऐसी लागी लगन, ऐसी लागी लगन, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। वो तो गली गली हरि हरि गुन गाने लगे, महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली। मीरा रानी दीवानी कहाने लगे, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। कोई रोके नहीं, कोई टोके नहीं, मेरा गोविंद गोपाल जाने लगे। कोई रोके नहीं, कोई टोके नहीं, मेरा गोविंद गोपाल जाने लगे। बैठी संतों के संग रंगी मोहन के रंग, मेरा प्रेमी प्रीतम को मनाने लगी। वो तो गली 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 हरी 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 गुन 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 गाने लगे, महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली। मीरा रानी दीवानी कहाने लगे, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। राणा ने विष दिया मानो अमृत पिया, मीरा सागर में सरिका समाने लगे। राणा ने विष दिया मानो अमृत पिया, मीरा सागर में सरिता समाने लगे। दुख लाखों कहे मुख से गोविंद कहे, मीरा प्रेमी प्रीतम को मनाने लगे। वो तो गली गली हरि गुन गाने लगे, महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली। मीरा रानी दीवानी कहाने लगे, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। वो तो गली 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 हरि गुन गाने लगे, महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली। मीरा रानी दीवानी कहाने लगे, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए मगन। ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गए।
प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन बिहारी गौर की। Let please stand for Aarti. Om साजं च वर्ते साम्युक्तं वाहिनयोजितं मया दीपं गृहाण देवेश त्रैलोक्यं तिमिरापहं यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मन्तः कृतानि च तानि तानि विश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणां पदे पदे। जय 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 भागवतं जय 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 भागवतं जय 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 जय
भागवतम जय 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 भागवतम।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मोक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला।
हरि गान यही वरदान यही
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही
जग के मंगल की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की
है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत सापों को मिटाने वाला हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला।
हरि सुख करनी हरि दुख हरनी
है सुख करने है दुख हरने।
ये मधुसूदन की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती
पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
ये मधुर भोल जगभंद कोलसन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
ये मधुर बोल जगपंच कोल सुन मांग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला।
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही
प्रभु की महिमा की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की
है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती।
पापियों को पाप से है तारती पापियों को पाप से है तारती। Prim se bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Have your seats. Devotees, let me say Shubh Swagatam, welcome. I know today actually I got caught up in a bit of traffic, so people heading all directions to and fro. Tomorrow is a holiday. What we celebrating again tomorrow? Independence Day. Okay, Independence Day. Just kidding, I know what it is. A little more monitor. So tomorrow we celebrate Independence Day, and strange, this katha tonight will deal a little bit with independence. Right, so you better know your history. So devotees, I see some members of the Spring Village Mandir, so Shubh Swagatam to welcome to you as well. And for those of you who don't know, Auntie J has known me from a very young child, almost, right? As they say in Jamaica, a little boy. So thank you very much for gracing us with your presence, especially significant for me. Devotees, let us put our hands together, close our eyes and bow our heads in deep reverence before we delve into the wonderful pages of the Srimad Bhagwatam. The glories of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. First, we pay homage to Bhagwan Shri Ganesh, the remover of all obstacles, impediments. Devi Mata Saraswati, the goddess of speech, wisdom, intellect, music. Guruji, the one who guides us on this path of spiritual development in whatever form, physical, through books, various means, all our acharyas we pray. And we also pay special homage to that one who is called Purna Avatar, the full, complete incarnation of Bhagwan Shri Vishnu, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Let us pray. Om Vakratunna Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru me Deva Sarva Karyashu Sarvara Saraswati Namastobhyam Vade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishami Siddhir Bhavato me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Tam Sachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Prim se bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. So, Reverend Pandits we have in our midst, Pandit Randy and Pandit Bharat, who have performed puja, they have led in puja, and we have our shlotas this afternoon. Our shlotas, different days. And all our invited guests, I see some friends from as far as Arima here this evening. So, traffic? Yes, a lot of traffic. Devotees, tonight we will speak a little bit about independence, about freedom. Our goal essentially is to look at three aspects. And this is how I like to summarize all our scriptures, all our reading should involve three aspects of life. Three S's. It should involve scripture, study of scripture. It should involve society, because we live in an environment and a community, and it should involve self. So we must touch on each one of these aspects when we delve into scripture. Before we begin, we recite the Bhagwat Puran Sumiran. Redhe Sedhe Data Siddhi Sadana Vadana Vadana Sumiro Badambar Madana Kadana Ki Lal Ko Ganapati Kripa Nidhan Jnana Khani Ananda Bhavan Deho Mohi Vardhan Varnoti Ka Bhagavat Jai Shiva Anand Khand Bhutanat Bhava Bhaya Harana Bhakti Vishaya Nirdvand Gauravadana Mangala Karana He Braja Chandra Mukund Braja Bhushan Dhushan Harana Atahu Bhava Bhaya Bhand Charana Charana Liyana Kar Jai 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 Jagadish Sevat Shesh Mahesh Ja Mahima Amit Abher Veer Bheer Janat Nahi Deho Mohi Vardhan Radha Varaye Varasara Prem Bhari Muskan नित चित में खट खट रहे मोही चाहिए कछु नाही और वस्तु प्रभु भक्त की बसे रहे मन माही यह बाकी झांकी सरा लिए लुकुटियाँ गायन के पीछे पीरत वाल बाल लिए साथ मोर मुकुट सिर पर धरे कर मुरली उड़माल शीश मुकुट कटि पीत पत याच बेसो नंदलाल बसु हृदय मम निसे दिवस गुरु पर रजधर शीश कहूँ भागवत की कथा जो सुखदेव मुनीश कही परीक्षित नृपति सो कही परीक्षित नृपति सो कही परीक्षित नृपति सो। प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। So devotees, tonight's katha comes from, one of the names of Bhagwan Shri Krishna is Damodar. Damodar, and it's named after a string. Today we would have celebrated, many of you all would have gone to your brother's abode if you are female or your males. Nothing is wrong with the males looking for their sisters as well. And you would have tied Rakhi. And the significance of it is sometimes lost in the commercial aspect of it. So tonight we're going to speak about a string. We're going to speak about freedom. And we're going to speak about its converse, bondage. So our katha is taken from the 10th book, I believe, of the Bhagwat Puran. We chant the name of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. You say Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama as we listen to the holy pages of the Bhagwat Puran. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Bolo. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Ekada grihata shishu Yashodananda gehini Karmantarini yuktasu Nirmamanta swayam dadhi. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, 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 Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की, प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय. एक राग गृहदासीषु. One day, when all the gopis were involved in various activities, doing various things, Yashoda Mata, she decided that she would churn Nirmamanta. Yashoda Nandagehini, she is the consort of Nanda Maharaj. Karman Tarini Yuktasu. Niyuktasu means otherwise engaged. Otherwise, doing something. So the other gopis and so on are busy, in other words. And Yashoda Mata decides that she is going to do something. Nirmamanta means she's going to churn dahi. Swayam dahi. Swayam means herself. When you see things to do and there's no one else to do it, everyone is preoccupied, what you do it yourself, not so? Or what you do? You wait on somebody else to do it, like the dishes in the sink. What is the common refrain? I will let it soak. You let it soak. Wait until somebody else, give that problem to somebody else. No devotees. Yashoda Mata, she sees the need. They have to churn this this milk. And she decides that she is going to swayam. She decides she is going to do it herself. So she goes and it said, Itne mein Shri Krishna ki aankh khuli aur ro kar maa. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, seeing his mother, foster mother, remember, but for all intents and purposes, his mother, seeing her involved, sometimes people crave attention. And in this case, remember, this is Shri Krishna leela. Everything that is done with a purpose. So he's watching her slyly with his eyes. And he says, he's crying out, this refrain, Ma. Now devotees, ask any mother here, if there is any other refrain that will get them to stop doing anything instantly and run and go and see what happens. That sound, not so? Ma. From the time a mother hears that sound, there is this, like a switch goes off and they stop what they're doing. Unless you call it too often, and then it becomes like a cry wolf. So Bhagwan Shri Krishna is calling, he says, "Ma, Ma," पुकारने लगे. जब उनके रोने का शब्द किसने सुना तब so he is listening to what is happening, and Yashoda Mata hears this calling, and she decides that she's going to listen to him and hear what he has to say. It says, Sham Sundar ko god mein. God means lap. She takes Sham Sundar, that dark one. Sham means dark, evening, dark, anything to do with dark. Devotees, there is this Bollywood tradition that you have to be a certain color to be beautiful. My what lady? My what? Fair lady. Kali Mata is what color? She's dark in complexion. The word Krishna means dark. So Sham Sundar, he's dark. Sham Sundar called God mein litakar aanchal ki oat karke pilane lagi. She puts him on his lap because he wants milk. He wants to drink milk. He wants to be suckled. Maybe he's craving that attention. We don't know. So, as a mother does, she places him on her lap and she begins to suckle him. She begins to feed him. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, aur Hari ki mand muskhan dekha. He smiling. He's getting what he wants. Whenever a child gets what they want, they know how to twist and turn and what tone to use for a parent to know. Parents, do you all know that you all are just pawns for your children? You are puppets, and they know the right buttons to push to get your vex, and they know the buttons to push. And there is a tone in which they speak sometimes, and it gives you an impression about, sometimes they say, anytime you hear them say, Ma, or Daddy, what you want? You want something, eh? Or you find that they're hanging around the kitchen, you want help? Ooh, pressure. If you want help in the kitchen, you know something is up. So she sees Bhagwan Shri Krishna smiling, and she is happy. Yashoda man hi man in her heart. Yashoda man hi man anandita. She is very happy. She's pleased. She's in ecstasy. There's nothing a mother wants more than to fulfill the wishes, the desire to see her child happy. So she's there, and she sees Sham Sundar. She sees him happy. Itne mein chulhe par jo uthane ko doodh ghara tha. But then she observes on the chulha, she observes a pot that she had put with milk and boiling. She observed that it's boiling over. And I'm sure if you ask those who are home and have to cook and the occasional soap opera comes on, I'm not speaking about females alone, you wouldn't believe how many people sit down from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock to watch all the Indian soap operas. The way it takes about a day and a half for somebody to fall or to, So she sees this, she forgets so probably, and she sees that it's boiling over. So she gets up. She takes out Bhagwan Shri Krishna from her lap and she places him. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, obviously, Vraj Bhushan ko mukha, he is that God say utar dhur. She goes and she takes him from his lap and she goes to attend to that pot of boiling milk. Now Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he sees that his attention has now shifted. Yashoda Mata's attention has now shifted from him to somebody else or something else, some inanimate object. and he gets, upset. He gets angry, and it's said that he bites his lip, and he's looking around. He wants this milk. He is desirous of this milk, but his mother has gone, and she's gone into the kitchen, or she's gone to the chulha, wherever the chulha was, and she sees this milk and she attends to it, and he's there left alone. And the katha doesn't say, but obviously it has to be somewhere away from where she can visibly see him. And Lord Krishna decides that, you know what he's going to do? There are pots of makhan, of butter, there. He's going to take a stone and break one of them and help himself. So he takes a pebble, a rock. Some places, some versions say he takes a lorha. You know what a lorha is, right? The younger ones. If you don't know, there's a display at the back with a label, what lorha and sil, and I spoke about chulha. I hope you know what that is. We advertise a lot during COVID. A lot of people advertise using, what are they calling it, fireside? Please use the correct term. It's a chulha. Good? So, Bhagwan Shri Krishna takes this lorha, or whatever it is that is interpreted as, piece of stone, and breaks this pot, and it creates an enormous mess all over. Yashoda Mata, probably hearing this now, she's alerted to that, and having taken down the milk from the pot, now she goes to investigate. And it is said that when Lord Krishna indulges in something, he does not do so by himself. He does so with others. So he goes and he speaks to his sakha, his friends, and he says, "Ola, come, we have milk, we have makhan. Come, let us enjoy." So when Yashoda Mata returns there, at first she does not see him, but she sees the remnants. She sees what he has done. In devotees, you can tell who does something by the manner in which they leave it. So for example, if you see someone prepare, like we have some pundits here, when you go do bandhara or when you go do puja, and there are certain now and naunya, and you say, I know this work. I know who prepared this. I know who prepared this bedi, because there's a certain mark that is left. There's a certain way, a certain bhav. And then the opposite of that. If somebody leaves something puhar, you say, well, okay, I know who do that. And especially with children, sometimes we have little children, they love to play, that's their nature. We can't fault them for that. But sometimes when they pass through, it's like a hurricane pass through your house. In this same way, Yashoda Mata goes and she sees this and she knows, she assumes, she said, this is none other than the handiwork of Lord Krishna. This is none other than my Shyam Sundar. So she decides that she's going to find a way now. He has to pay. Even though he's the Lord of the universe, even though he's Purna Avatar, the word Purna means complete incarnation. Bhagwan Shri Krishna is said to be that Purna Avatar. Even Sri Ram Chandra Ji is not called Purna Avatar. You know why? Because when Prabhu Sri Ram was born, it is said that out of the 16 characteristics that Bhagwan Shri Vishnu, when he takes avatar, out of those 16 characteristics that he possesses, 14 of them were attributed to Lord Sri Ram. And Prabhu Sri Ram was born also with his brothers, Bharat, Shatrughna, who else? Tell me, Lakshmana and... That's it, right? Good. Those represents the Sudarshan Chakra, the Panchajanya Shank. All of those things were born together with him, or around the same time, but not Lord Krishna. Prabhu Sri Ram was born in a palace. He was born with a attendance to him. He's called Maryada Purushottam, the complete perfect man, showed us how to live. Bhagwan Shri Krishna did no such thing. How many wives Lord Krishna had? Don't say. He did not say live like that. Prabhu Shri Ram said live like me. Not Purana avatar. At birth, he was, everyone knew he was God. And it is through the praying of Devaki Mata in that jail cell, under those conditions, that he returned to that form of a balak, of a baby, of a boy, young child. And he was nurtured. So there are differences. So he's called that Purana avatar. Today, the word Purana means complete. Today is Purnima, correct? So that complete full avatar, even though he is like this, if he takes manifest position in this world, Yashoda Mata is his mother. During this Krishna leela, she says he has to be punished. Something has to happen so that she decides she's going to run him. That ever happened between a parent and a child here? Yeah, you're running them down to catch them. I'll tell you a little secret. I like to give out my little anecdotes from real experiences. So I grew up with my Nani and Nana, grandparents. And there was a time when I would get caught, when I was small. But after that I say, you know what? I could run faster than this woman. Why I have to stay here and confine myself to get licks when I could just run away? So I would run away. And just as I am developing speech, he has developed an aim. Impeccable. You see a pot spoon aim and a hot pot spoon aim on your ankle? It is debilitating. It is, when you get that on your ankle, you can't move. So I was, like any child, I would think, growing up, adolescent, you do your little wrong things and you run away. And then after that, she decided that she's no longer going to waste her time to run me down or to pelt me and so on. She decided that something else would happen. I forget all about what I did wrong, and I go into sleep. The next morning, all I could see was a hand and a belt getting closer and closer to me. She decided that she's not going to waste time. She's going to deal with me like that. It may take days, you might forget about it, but I won't. And that's how she dealt with it. So Yashoda Mata decides that she will run him down. She will go catch him. She will hold him. And he has to learn a lesson. He has to be bound. He has to be tied. Now, I'm not saying don't tie your children and devotees that, well, these days with what's happening on the outside, you can't tell. But please don't bind your children. Don't tie them up. No. This is just an illustration from Krishna leela. So she goes and she runs behind him. And it said that the flowers in her hair, they started to loose out, and she's running and he's running. And finally, she catches hold of him. And what happened? We chant Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna
Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Tama Padma Dhamma Vyaktam Madhya Lingam Adhoksharam Gopi Kolubhale Damna Babandha Prakritim Yatha Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Prem se bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. Tam matvat majan avyaktam. Avyaktam describes who Bhagwan Shri Krishna really is. He is unmanifest. He is beyond the creation. He is beyond this world of prakriti, this world of matter. He is beyond all of that. He is the all-pervasive reality. He is all of that. And this gopi, Yashoda Mata, does not realize. She does not fully grasp the enormity of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. She is not fully aware of all of his magnificence. She's avyaktam. All of this entire world is contained within him. But she's unaware. So she decides that she is going to bind him with a rope. She decides that she's going to take a rope and bind him. So she goes and fetches this rope. अपराधी समझ कर जब यशोदा अपने मनमोहन प्यारे को बंधे लगी. She decides she's going to bind him. उस समय यह रस्सी दो, she goes to this and takes a rasi, a rope, piece of rope. But unfortunately, when she measures this rope and she's about to tie him, she finds that it is short. दो अंगुल ओछी रह गई. दो अंगुल means 2 fingers. That is the that was required to bind Lord Krishna and tie him. And what does she tie him to? He was at that time sitting on a okri. You know what okri is? I just have to make sure now with these young people. What is it? What is the common word for it? A mortar. A mortar. Something they use to bind or to grind rice and seasoning and all of those things. You know, the small one you have in your kitchen, but this is a big one. So he was sitting on that. So she decides that she's going to use that and get this rasi, this rope, and tie him. But when she puts it around him and she goes to tie it, she finds that do angul, only 2 finger size is missing to tie him. What is going on? So if you have a knot to make, you know, sometimes that happens and it is a bit short, what do? Yashoda दाने उसमें दूसरी रस्सी. She goes and gets a second piece of rope, ties it to the first one, and pulls it again. And then when she does that, you think she gets enough? No. Still short. Still short. Do angul. 2 fingers short. And she's a bit startled. Obviously, if you see this thing happening, you would want to know, well, what's going on? So what does she do? She goes again and gets a 3rd piece of rope. And she ties it to the first 2 pieces, lengthens it for sure, puts it around Lord Krishna, and tries to tie it again, and same thing. 2 finger short again. And she's continually doing this. And Bhagwan Shri Krishna is looking at her and he's smiling. And all the other gopis, they're watching Yashoda Mata in this sport of trying to tie Lord Krishna, trying to bind Bhagwan Shri Krishna. And they are also laughing and they are also smiling and they are also enjoying this leela of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. And devotees, when the Lord observes a devotee trying hard, doing their best. Last night we spoke about no good deed goes unrewarded. Remember that? We spoke about karma and the idea that once we do good, even if we are experiencing grief now, even if we are experiencing torment, once we put that into our karmic bank, it does not go unrewarded. So continue to do good. So he sees this devotee of him, Yashoda Mata, sweating, trying her best. And he looks at her and he sees this love, this pyar. And he decides that he is going to let himself be bound by Yashoda Mata. He cannot bear to see his mother, a devotee, in such problems, in such distress. So he grants her her wish of being bound. Now, devotees, that is a question that I want to put to you all. Who is greater, God or the devotee? Who is greater? Bhagavan Shri Krishna is under an obligation to do what? To his devotee. He is under that obligation. This is obligatory. He has to accede to the wishes of a true devotee. So who is greater? Is it a devotee or is it Bhagavan? He looks at Yashoda Mata, he observes her, and he accedes to her wishes and says, Oma, it's okay. I will allow myself to be bound. We listen to a wonderful bhajan and we'll hear what happened after.
बरानत कत है कृष्ण कन्हैया का करो यशोदा मैया ओ बरानत कत है कृष्ण कन्हैया का करो यशोदा मैया बरानत कत है ढूंढे ने अखियाँ उसे चरो जाने चुप चुप गया नंद किशोर ढूंढे ने अखियाँ इस चरो जाने कहाँ छुप गया नंद किशोर उड़ गया ऐसे जैसे पुरवैया का करो यशोदा मैया मैया रे का करो यशोदा मैया ओ बरानत कत है हाथों ही में गले से लगा लो लागे ना किसी के नजर मन में छुपा लो हाथों ही में गले से लगा लो लागे ना किसी के नजर मन में छुपा लो धूप जगत है ममता ही छैया का करो यशोदा मैया ओ बरानत कत है मेरे जीवन का तू एक ही सपना जो कोई देखे तो है समझे वो अपना मेरे जीवन का तो एक ही सपना जो कोई देखे तो है समझे वो अपना सबका है प्यारा सबका है प्यारा बंसी बजैया
se bole Vrindavan mein Hari Lal ki jai. So Bhagwan Shri Krishna allows himself to be bound by Yashoda Mata. So have you all answered the question, who is greater? Yourself, or true devotee, or Bhagwan Shri Krishna? What happened? Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Bolo. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama.
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Evam samdarshita jnana harina bhaktavashyata swavashanapi krishnena yasyedam sheshwaram vashe. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. 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 Prem se bole Vrindavan mein Hari Lal ki jai. Evam samdarshita hina harina bhakta vashyata. The Lord, who is this unmanifest reality, seeing Yashoda Mata, his mother, trying to bind him with this rope, and coming up short, and continually trying and sweating and having effort put in, he succumbs and he submits. The Lord submits to the devotee. And doesn't it make you think? Bhagwan Shankara says, they say that Hindus worship a stone. We worship a stone. Do we worship a stone? Or do we put more into it? Do we worship an idol or the ideal that it contains, that it represents? Even so, with Shraddha, with faith, Lord Shiva says, out of that stone I will come to confirm your belief. If you pray hard enough, if you are a true bhakta, the Lord says, I will submit to you. So it says, Evam samdarshita hina harina bhakta vashyata swa vashyenapi krishnena yasyedam sheshwaram vashe. So bhakta vashyata. Bhakta vashyata means the Lord comes under the control of a bhakta, of a devotee. The Lord, as long as you see the Lord as an entity that is separate from you, then the Lord, or you have the capacity, we all do, for the Lord to accede to our wishes, our desires. Sometimes devotees, there are people who come and they say, Baba, I feel somebody doing me something, and I want to do them something back. So the Baba will say, all right, open up a black book, and he says, okay, go and bring for me the tail feather of a pigeon that neither male nor female, and 2 crapo, and 4 black candle, and some spirit of serpentine, and what's the other thing the buck was using? All those other things. Devotees, there is no other entity than someone can pray to but God himself. Even Ravan was blessed by Bhagwan Shankara himself. He obtained this vardhan, these boons, and he used it for his ill-gotten gain. So that idea of bhakta vashyata, on the Lord coming under the control of a devotee. And devotees, it did not only happen here. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna asks his charioteer, the one who is leading his chariot, Lord Krishna again, he says, take my chariot and carry it and place it in the middle of the battlefield. Lord Krishna listens to his instructions and he carries the chariot and places it in the middle of the battlefield. Now devotees, Lord Krishna doesn't just succumb just like that. There is always an intent behind what he is doing. There is always something that, some motive that he tries to show his devotees. He wouldn't just give you what you want just like that. If you get what you want, then what? You forget God and you go about your business? And that happens, Sometimes we feel like that too. Sometimes you help somebody, and when things are going bad, you're there for them. You're, as we say, through thick and thin. And then what happens when things get better? There's nobody. They don't have time. It happens to the best of us. And Panditji, it happens to all of us. But Lord Krishna listens to Arjuna and he carries this chariot into the middle of the battlefield, but Lord Krishna has an intent. He puts that chariot in a special position that Arjuna could see two special individuals, Bhishma Pitamaha and Dronacharya. Bhishma Pitamaha is that grandsire. He is the wisest of that day. He is the family of both the Pandavas, Arjuna and the Pandava brothers. They're fighting for the Pandavas, and the Kauravas, but he's fighting on the Kauravas side. He is someone who is most respected, and Arjuna sees him. And Arjuna also sees Dronacharya. Dronacharya is the one who taught Arjuna archery, taught him his skill. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna listens to what his devotee has to say, but he also has an intent behind it. Places that so that Arjuna can observe these two individuals and realize that these two individuals, I shouldn't fight with them. That is what he's saying to himself. He's saying I should honor them and respect them. And thus began the dialogue, that wonderful Gita of the Bhagavad Gita, that wonderful song divine. So the Lord has always an intention behind what he is doing. And he has an intention this time when he is bound to this Okhri. And what is that intention? We chant Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. 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 Krishnastu griha krityeshu vyagyayam matari prabhu Adrakshir ajanau purvam guhya kaudhana dhatmajau Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama 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 Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Prem se bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai. Just as in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Shri Krishna allows himself to be bound, tied to this mortar, to this okhri, by his mother in order to fulfill some purpose. Krishna's tu griha krityeshu. It is said that there were these two attendants of Lord Kubera. You know who Lord Kubera is? Lord Kubera is the god of what? Dhana. Dhana means wealth. He's the god of wealth, the god of prosperity. So devotees, when we want money, we pray to Lakshmi Mata or Lord Kubera. Kubera is a yaksha. So Kubera had two sons, and they were attendants of Lord Shiva himself. And those two sons were Nalakubara and Manigriv. Nalakubara and Manigriv. And they are attendants of Lord Shiva, sons of Kubera. They are enjoying their blessed life. They are enjoying all the bounties that they are given, that they have been blessed with. They are enjoying their privileged upbringing. Devotees, sometimes privilege is a curse. Many times privilege is a curse. With privilege, sometimes people don't know the value of hard work. Sometimes with privilege, sometimes with getting everything, we don't appreciate the sacrifice that is required to get those things. So devotees, sometimes as parents, in our attempt to make the lives of our children so meaningful and so much better, sometimes we may actually be harming them by not allowing them that opportunity to grow and evolve. And devotees, do you know the story? The young man goes into this garden and he sees a cocoon. And he knows that there is a butterfly trying to come out of that cocoon. And he sees, oh my, look at this stress, look at this struggle that this butterfly, this caterpillar, once caterpillar, now turning into this butterfly. Look at this trouble, this so confined in this cocoon. I will help. I will break this cocoon. So he breaks this cocoon. What do you think happens to that butterfly? That butterfly does not know how to fly. The purpose of that struggle was to develop strength, so that the wings may be strong enough when that cocoon is broken on its own accord, that it may be able to fly. Are we doing that with our children? Are we giving them that opportunity to struggle and try, or are we denying them that opportunity? Sometimes we have to ask ourselves that. Think of it. School is opening, school opening Friday for teachers, right? But next week, Monday. I'm not saying let your children suffer, devotees. But what I'm saying, struggle sometimes is good. Or sometimes, I taught maths for about 8 years. So at the back of the maths book, they have what? The answer sheet. And everybody like the answer sheet, because you get that, right? So, you go to the back and you check the answer sheet. Devotees, if you put an answer, you put a question and you just put the answer, how much marks you think you're going to get? 0. You did not show how you arrive at that answer. So you can't just regurgitate that. That is why they so boldly put it at the back of the book. We want to see here, look. The struggle to get to that point is important. Just as the butterfly needs that struggle for the arm, for the wings to get that strength to fly, so too we must be allowed to do that. And sometimes privilege, it destroys that ability. I'm not saying don't spoil your children. No, it's your children, you can spoil them. But we have to be careful. So this Nalakubara and Manigriv, they are enjoying this. So they are eating and drinking and being merry. So they, when they are unaware, they're intoxicated. Just like last night with our Jamil, they are intoxicated. And they strip down all of their clothes. And they go into the Mandakini river, that's the Ganga river before it comes to earth is called the Mandakini. And they go and they're playing and they're enjoying life and they are unaware of what is happening. But someone is observing them. Someone passes. Anayas, देव ऋषि भगवान नारद जी भी वहाँ आ गए. Narad ji, this Deva Rishi, Narad ji, he is walking past and he observes them and he sees that they are disrespectful not only to others but they are disrespectful even more so to themselves. And he says, no, I have to teach them a lesson. He sees that they are in this drunken stupor, unaware of even him being there. They are totally intoxicated. And devotees, many times we become intoxicated as well. Intoxicated not only with alcohol, intoxicated with all the things of the world. Indulgence in all the things of the world. We get so consumed by material things that we don't observe those things around us. So they have become so consumed that they did not observe what is going on. And Naraji is seeing how disrespectful they are. And he decides that he is going to punish them. And he says, you know, I am going to pronounce on you a curse. Since you like to be bare and naked to the world, you will be born as trees. 2 trees. That's not 6, eh? That's 2 trees. You will be born as trees, both of you all. And you will be rooted to that spot. And you know trees don't have any covering, eh? We will be bare to the world. And only when 100 years pass, and only when Bhagwan Vasudeva, when Lord Krishna himself touches you, only he can free you from that. You will have to stay there for 100 years. And they are forced to come to the earth. And they are reborn as these trees. And strangely enough, we spoke about Arjuna. Those trees are also called Arjuna trees, right? They are a special type of trees. And they are born one next to each other. And Bhagwan Shri Krishna now, returning to where we are in this katha, he is tied, allows himself to be bound to this okri. And he sees these trees. And in order to give effect to the wishes, the desires, and the curse that Naraji had pronounced, he decides that it is time for them to be free. Again, Lord Krishna is showing to a devoted individual, he will accede to those wishes, those desires. So he approaches these trees, and it is said that this okri is held slantway. You know, he holds it at crossway, and he goes and fits himself between these trees, and he pulls himself. And in pulling himself, he frees himself, and not only himself, but he uproots these trees, and to a great sound, a crashing sound comes. They come tumbling down, and when the trees come tumbling down, Nalakubara and Manigriv, they appear, and Pani Jhori, they put their hands together, and they say, "Oh Bhagwan, thank you. Dhanyavad, thank you so much for allowing us, for freeing us from the curse, from this that was pronounced on us by Naradji himself. We are now free from this, and we thank you so much." So Lord Krishna does not only free himself, but he frees others. And this is where we want to have a little discussion on freedom. We do so after we hear one bhajan, and we listen to what happens when we speak about freedom, the idea of freedom, the concept of freedom.
सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई 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 दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो दुर्योधन को मेवा त्यागो सात विदुर कर पाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई झूठे पल सब दी की खाए झूठे फल सब दी की खाए झूठे पल सब दी के खाए बहुत विधि प्रेम लगाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई प्रेम की बस वर अर्जुन रक्त हाक्यों प्रेम की बसर अर्जुन रक्त हाक्यों प्रेम की बस वर अर्जुन रक्त हाक्यों भूल गए चतुराई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई ऐसी प्रीत बरी वृंदावन ऐसी प्रीत बरी वृंदावन ऐसी प्रीत बरी वृंदावन गोपी नाच न जाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई सूर्य त्रुड इस लायक नाही सूर्य त्रुड इस लायक नाही सूर्य त्रुड इस लायक नाही कहले कर आई बुराई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सदाई हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. Devotees, what do we define freedom as? Just as Lord Krishna obtained his freedom, and in essence, he was never bound. Think of it. He allowed himself to be bound. Just as the freedom that Nalakubara and Manigriv obtained, we all drive. We all have that drive for freedom. Tomorrow is Independence Day. What is the significance of independence? How do we feel about independence? On August 31st, 1962, we would have lowered that Union Jack and raised the wonderful red, white, and black of Trinidad and Tobago. How many of us feel proud of us as a nation? How many of us feel proud as Trinidadians? And if you travel, devotees, I can tell you something. You see, Jamaicans, very proud, very passionate, very patriotic people. You see, Guyanese, the same way. To a lesser extent, but the same way. You see, Trinidadians, you can't find them. You can't find them. So recently, there was a street named Trinidad and Tobago Street on 131st and Liberty in New York. And they said that might be WASA's first overseas project. Are we patriotic people? And what it is do we have to celebrate? When the Union Jack was lowered and our flag was raised, we got a sense of identity. But it also meant that we were free from the colonial masters. The British, who would have been here from 1797, when Sir Ralph Abercrombie literally he walked in and he took Trinidad and Tobago because the Spaniards, they did not develop Trinidad. So in 1797, when the British took over, the French, who were here from 1783, they were the ones who started to develop Trinidad, the plantocracy. And in 1797, when the British took over, Trinidad was under that rule. And we felt that there was this drive to getting rid of an external party dictating to us what we should do. And that is in essence the essence of freedom. We want the ability to make our own decisions, to have control, to do what we want to do, to enact our own laws. This is why we fought for, or we didn't fight actually, we bargained for independence. And in that time, how free have we become? When you go home, and you just have to check your cameras, how much doors you have to open before you enter your home? How much burglar proof? When you're in your car, you sitting in your car, you strap on and you lock. Why? Are we free? Or are we in bondage? And as we go along, are we becoming more and more in bondage, or are we becoming more and more free? We have to put up a wall, we have to put up gate, we have to put up this and put up that. Why? So devotees, it's good to think of these things. In fact, when we speak about freedom, there is no driving force for the human condition more telling, in my opinion, than that quest for freedom. When the slave trade was introduced, the British weren't the only one involved in the slave trade. Let's be aware of that. The Portuguese, in fact, were the ones who imported most of the slaves that came to the New World, to Brazil. The Portuguese were the ones who did that. The Portuguese, the Dutch, all of them were involved in that. When India fought for freedom, under Mahatma Gandhi, they fought using a concept of ahimsa. Different ways we fight, but we want and we long for freedom. We want that ability to have total command of what we do. In the United States, those of you who are aware of the Jim Crow rules at the turn of the century that segregated people, even though they were a free nation, there were laws that were enacted to segregate people. And it only took, I think it's 1965, for those laws in southern United States, some of those states, to be repealed. Right here in Trinidad and Tobago, if we look at our spiritual Baptist brothers and sisters, do you know that they too, through a special ordinance, they were banned from worshiping here in Trinidad and Tobago. From 1917 to 1951, they were banned. They were not allowed to practice their religion openly. And why? Because people did not understand And more so, it was associated with African roots. And at that time, the colonial masters didn't want to hear anything that gave power to the individual. So devotees, that longing for freedom is there within us all. And we want, and we have that drive for this total freedom. And devotees, sometimes we'll ask ourselves, well, Baba, if we want freedom, why do we have laws? Why do we have rules? Why do we have scriptural injunctions? Why do we have things that say what we should do and what we shouldn't do? And I should be free so I can do what I want. Correct? I should be free. I should be, think of it. If my whole purpose in life is to obtain this joy of freedom, total disassociation with this world, then I should be free to do what I want. But devotees, laws are there to prevent us from not going after freedom, but prevent us from being passionate and degenerating ourselves. They are there to guide us on the correct path. So this is why we have laws of a country. It is restrictive in nature, yes. It is restrictive. All the laws are restrictive. We have to drive on this part of the road. We have to go around a roundabout. And by the way, we should do a little pass by Point Lisa's roundabout just now there. And we have a lot of people who don't know how to use a roundabout. It is, the laws are restrictive, but they are designed for a greater good. The same way with our scriptural injunctions. We can't just say that, or we should not just say that, let me just do what I want. Because you know why? There were people who have observed and who have studied and who have experienced these things, and they give us guidance. This is why we have scriptural injunctions about things to do and not to do. And tomorrow we'll speak a little bit about that on rites and rituals. So these injunctions are there for us for the greater good. Just as Lord Krishna allowed himself to be bound initially, temporarily, because he knew that there was some greater good, so too we follow rules and directions. But devotees, we should not bind ourselves to that. When we tie Rakhi, that represents that bond. Yeno badho baliraja danavendro mahabalaha tena tampati bradnami raksha mam chalamachala. We ask for protection for our brother or whoever we tie that raksha for. And it represents that bond, here the word bond, between brother and sister. And that is okay, that is advisable as long as we develop that relationship. Today is Gayatri Jayanti as well. And the Pandits and so on would wear that Janeyu, they would change that Janeyu today. That Janeyu reminds us of our duty as well. But there comes a time when all of those things bind us to the world and we don't see our true freedom. Do you all know, just as Lord Krishna, that we are all free? We were born free. A child, the natural progression of a child is to first turn and then creep and then walk. That child yearns for freedom. That is inherent in that child's nature. But we already born free. That child is not aware of that. We have that total freedom, but we do not understand and we don't realize that. Sanatana Dharma speaks about realization. We yearn for moksha, complete renunciation, liberation of this world. And to get that, we must free ourselves from the bondages of the world. And what are some of the bondages of the world? What are some of the things that hold us together? Bhagavad Gita speaks about raga, dvesha, likes and dislikes. Those things that bind us to the world. And what should we do then? We are bound by likes and dislikes. We are bound by karma. We do things and we are bound by its results. So how then should I act in this world to be free? Bhagavad Gita says, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, 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 Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Yagnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanah tad artham karma kaunteya mukha sanga samachara. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama,
Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna
Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Principal Vrindavan Mihalal Ki Jai. Chapter 3, Shloka 9. Yagnarthat karmano nyatra. Yagna, that is the attitude for which we should do things in the world. To be free from bondage, free from the tentacles of karma. And what does yagna involve? Yagna doesn't only mean the installation of the 5 kalash and the performance of puja and listening to discourses. No, devotees. Yagna is a state of mind, just like freedom. It means 2 things. One, that you worship some entity. Appreciation of divinity. And the second part of it, that you do some sacrifice. Something that is done in the name of something that is higher than the self. It's not a selfish desire. Yagnarthat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. And then we can be free from the bondages of this world. So devotees, we have all experienced some sort of freedom in short instances. Like Lord Krishna, we are free. When we go outside and we see it's a cloudy day, we say, wait boy, the sun ain't come out as yet. We see that? The sun is always there. It has been enveloped, it has been covered by these clouds. And when the clouds recede, then we see the brilliance of the sun. So too, devotees, we are all free. It is just that our minds, we are bound by that. In our own minds, we create that bondage. So devotees, bondage is not only shackles on your hand. Bondage is desires and anger and hatred. It is likes and dislikes. It is karma. To free from all of that, you perform yagna. Yagna, that state of mind where you worship some entity that is higher than you, and we give some sort of sacrifice, some effort. And there's one mantra that I always like to say. Your blessings is directly proportional to the effort that you put in. Always remember that. So devotees, if we are like that and we appreciate that freedom, you can go on that path of sannyas, agyani. But there are those who require that idea that the Lord is a separate entity and we need the Lord's input in our life to be free. Just like those 2 trees, they require that the Lord, some divine intervention in their life. And sometimes devotees, we need that as well. Prem se bole Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. So devotees, we'd have Havan. And while Havan is being completed, we'd have one bhajan.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। मैं रस सोने जीवन में मन के अंधेरे काने में हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। मैं रस सोने जीवन में मन के अंधेरे काने में सांसों की उजड़ी आशा में शुभ ज्योति जलाने आया हूँ। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। पूजन विधि विधान नहीं और सिमरन साधन ध्यान नहीं। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। पूजन विधि विधान नहीं और सिमरन साधन ध्यान नहीं। पर अक्षय भक्त सुगंध बने दो पुष्प चढ़ाने आया हूँ। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। मुझे राग गीत का ज्ञान नहीं, मुझे ताल सुनो का बांध नहीं। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। मुझे राग गीत का ज्ञान नहीं, मुझे ताल सुनो का बांध नहीं। पर अपने हृदय के तारों की छन कर सुना दे आया हूँ। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे मंदिर में मैं दीप जलाने आया हूँ। हरे कृष्णा Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की। Devotees, as Havan is being completed, Purnahuti and so on, let me also extend an invitation to everybody to come. We have 3 more nights, I believe. Lose count. Tomorrow we celebrate Independence Day. I want to wish everybody a happy Independence Day, however you choose to celebrate it. Put up your flags and all of those things, not in the carnival way, but in the patriotic kind of way. And as this quest for freedom and expansion continues, we also bear in mind our duties to the world. Tomorrow we will speak a little bit, it's a little touchy topic. It has to do with rites, rituals, and reform. So, especially as it relates to Sanatana Dharma. So we'll look at that tomorrow night. So I urge you to come out tomorrow night as well. Let us all please stand for Arati. Om Sajam Chavarate Samyuktam Vahina Yojitam Maya Deepam Grehana Devesha Trilokyam Timirapaham Yani Kani Chapapani Janmanta Kritani Cha Tani Tani Vishanti Pradakshanam Pare Pare. Jai 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 Bhagwatam, Jai 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 Bhagwatam, Jai 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 Bhagwatam,
Jai 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 Bhagwatam.
Jai Jai Bhagwat Bhagavan ki hai आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती.
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती.
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मूर्ति पंथ ये पंचम वेर निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला.
ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मोक्ष पंथ ये पंचम वेद निराला, नव ज्योति जगाने वाला.
हरि गान यही वरदान यही,
हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही,
जग के मंगल की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती. जय जय भागवत भगवान की.
है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती.
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत श्रापों को मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला.
ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत पापों का मिटाने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला.
हरि सुख करनी हरि दुख हरनी,
है सुख करनी है दुख हरनी.
हे मधुसूदन की आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती. जय जय भागवत भगवान की.
है आरती,
ये मधुर भोल जगपंद खोल सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला
ये मधुर बोल जगपंद खोल सुन मांग निकाले वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही
श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही
प्रभु की महिमा की आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की
है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती
पापियों को पाप से है तारती पापियों को पाप से है तारती प्रेम से बोले वृंदावन में हरिलाल की जय Devotees, let us put our hands together, close our eyes and bow our heads. Those who must take a seat can do so now. The rest of us remain standing. In deep reverence, we come before you, O Bhagwan. In Yagna, in sacrifice, we come to utter your holy name. We come to listen to your katha. We come to perform your puja. O Bhagwan, on this quest for freedom, let my path be unobstructed. Let my way be clear. Let my minds be open to all advice. Om Mangalam Bhagwan Vishnu Mangalam Gadudvaja Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalaya Tano Hari Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardanam Yat Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tadaswami Ayena Vacha Manasendriyeva Buddhyatmana va Prakrite Swabhavat Karomi adhyat Sakalam Parasme Narayanayiti Samarapayami Narayanayiti Samarapayami Asatoma Tamasoma Mrityorma Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhoscha Saka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Loudly and loudly we say Jaikar. Bole Shri Siddhi Vinayak Swami ki, Umapati Mahadev ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Siyawar Ramachandra ki, Pavanaputra Hanuman ki, Adi Shakti Jagadamba Mata ki, Bolo Bhai Sabasantan ki, Prem se bole Satya Sanat Dharma ki, Prem se bole Satya Sanat Dharma ki, Prem se bole Satya Sanat Dharma ki. Devotees, place both hands in the air, prostrate our entire beings before the divine. Om Namah Parvati Pate Hara Hara Mahadev. Shubhamastu, Kalyanamastu, Bhagwan's blessings to each and every one. Turn to the person next to you, in front of you, behind you. Wish them Sitaram. even if you don't know them, first time you see them, that's okay. Wish them more Sitaram. Do have your seats. So devotees, we, as always, try to start on time and end on time, and I hope that we appreciate that fact. So I hand you over to someone who'd make the announcement. We have Maya today. Yesterday we had Sulan.
We have our spiritual leader, Pandit Shiva Baran, Pandit Randy Ragbear, and Pandit Bharat Gobind. Specially invited guests, Shrotas, devotees of God, Sitaram. Feel free to collect your arti, prasad, and dinner, which will be provided for you on my left. And we hope to see you all tomorrow. Sitaram.
Okay, so we give